So, broilers and layers, which one would you say is profitable?
For me,
in this video, we speak with Mr. Eric, CEO of Capital Brain Farms, about whether he will choose broilers or layers for his poultry farm. We discuss how to find market for your birds or eggs, the challenges of raising both layers and broilers, feed costs, pricing issues, and dealing with customers. This farm is located in Dawenya Irrigation Project in the Greater Accra Region. Before venturing into farming, Mr. Eric had an impressive corporate career working with Unilever, Nestlé, and Pepsi, and even rising to the rank of regional manager at Vodafone. However, he left the corporate world to pursue his passion for agriculture. If you'd love to see more videos like this, leave a like to help the video reach more people, share so others can watch as well, subscribe if you haven't already. We have more insightful content coming your way.
okay, so my name is Pepsi.
Okay.
And then the where you are currently is Capital Brain Farms. So basically we are into poultry, and then we do vegetable farming too as well. So we are into layer farming, that is for the birds that meant for the eggs.
Okay.
And then we do broilers, and then we have guinea fowls, and then we do turkeys. We also keeps pills also as well.
So, broilers and layers, which one would you say is profitable?
If the market is there, I would prefer the broilers.
The broilers. Why?
Because within a period of 6 weeks they are ready.
Okay. And is the market?
The market is what we are talking about. You see, before I started the broilers, I looked around.
Okay.
Basically it was this market people, restaurants. So sometimes when I started 100, then from restaurant to ask you, okay, 100 at this time, you dress them and you go and give it to them. Whilst you are in it, the market started coming gradually. Then sometimes these people, you see the roadside, some people are selling. So you go, you talk to them, they say, oh, maybe bring me some 50 or 20, let me try. So you begin to, when the markets are coming, the most difficult aspect is that when you have fed them up to the stage they are ready, the market is not there. They don't mind if they can eat.
Okay.
As for broilers, that is their problem. If you don't feed them, they will start dying because that their milk is to consume. So you have to start it small. But once we were in it, you chance upon one company that is a cocoa market, and then they came in, and then you have some arrangements with them. So currently, almost every month we are able to supply them not less than 2,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
What is the capacity of your?
Okay, so for where we are now, you can keep up to 3,000.
3,000.
Yeah. This side can keep up to 1,500. Okay. This one can keep up to 1,000.
Wow.
So what we do is that we segment them depending upon how they want it. So we are able to strike with them. Okay, in the next 3 weeks we might need maybe. So we bring them according to what they do. So about 80% of our productions, that is the broilers, go to that company.
Okay. So is it possible you can find a market first before going into it, or you have to do it, start small, and then that one will begin to bring you the market?
Okay, so we started by we started the Christmas period. That's what. So during the Christmas we have got in quite a number, thinking that the market will soon. So it was during that period that we chanced upon the aquaculture market people, and then we had that agreement. But before then we had quite a challenge. When the birds were ready, how we were thinking that it would do, it was basically. So I would say that you started small. When it is at the stage, you can put them through the restaurant and the market area, small. But once at it, you'll be looking for the big restaurant, the other people. You talk to them. When you begin to get the market, then you can arrange with them. Give me 4 weeks. By 4 weeks, I can give you this quantity. Then once you are at it, in the beginning. But in all those aspects, you must also look at your payment terms and other. It doesn't come so easy.
Okay.
Because you will not get anything for credit.
Okay.
But when the suppliers you are supplying,
Okay. They want
that is the before.
they take it.
You will take it. You can't get the money at the time. It will take you period before you can. But see, one thing that I will encourage people is that it's better for you to start small.
Okay.
Look for some niche market.
Okay.
If it's some individuals or a little organization who will take 10, 5, 15, those people will give you ready cash.
Okay.
So that can help you to keep running. But when you are looking at it in the volumes that we just talked about,
Yes.
I mean, it's just about 2 weeks ago they came for about 1,500.
So how are you able to meet all that supply?
Yeah, so that's where it is. If I tell you how much it takes for us to do a cycle of about 1,500 beds,
Yeah.
if you take each bed the day old,
Yes.
it's costing around, let's say 20 cedis.
20 cedis.
Sometimes you can get it 80, depending upon the supplier. That is per bed. You feed it for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Normally that is per period. And for you will not, if you have to feed them to meet that, for the 1,500 beds, you will not spend less than 50K.
50,000.
Yeah.
And then the beds are 20 cedis sometimes.
So you add it to
And then there are medication.
the medications, and then you the workers,
Okay.
and then other,
So in a circle, how much are you spending? Are you looking
you see,
at?
that's what I'm saying, that this beds
Yeah.
can really consume.
Okay.
So I'll just give you a rough this is what it does. Normally we do between 1,000, 1,500 I think. So that is basically how much we buy food from Fuji.
Okay.
That is the prepared food. For some reasons, sometimes you can have the option of doing your own food.
Okay.
But you've tried, you've tested. Sometimes if you want the results very fast, it's better you rely on some of those already prepared, because they have done a lot of research. So basically, those days we used to feed them our own prepared food. For me, I prefer buying.
How is the profit margin with raising the broilers for your company, the company you supply to? The profit margin, is it good enough to keep you going?
If only you don't, what should I say? You don't incur maybe a lot of like some of these birds, as I said, they are very fragile.
The mortality is
So if you are able to keep, or the workers are able to go according to the plan chart, and then you follow, and you don't get much distance, they buy according to weight.
okay.
So for instance, they weigh them according to your live weight, because they are going to slaughter, dress them and supply it to their, so they come to the farm, they pick it at a weight. So imagine if you don't feed them well, if you don't make the weight, then that means you are going to lose. But in all, the pricing is an issue. Okay. For instance, if I take this one to a market, or somebody is buying one direct, how much I will sell to the person who is buying the one? It's like about half of what they will come and pick.
Okay. So it means they are paying half of what?
Yes, basically that's right. Because a bird that weighs around 3 point something kilos, if a kilo is maybe 30 cedis or 27 or 28, 20 per kilo, how much are you making from that one? You are making less than 100 cedis. But because of the numbers,
The bite at all.
the bite at the base, so you know that you have offload them. So the margins might be small, but because of the quantity. But if you have the open market, where maybe people are buying 3, 2, 4, that one you can make it, because that one you can make it. So basically, if you are able to create that kind of market, where you can sell them in quiet, maybe in a boat,
5, 10, 20.
Yeah, and the price is good, then that one is good. Yes. So it is not only those that we give some to some of the vendors around the market. They will come, they will buy like 20, 30. Those ones the prices are okay. So you use that one to balance. But because we have our arrangement with them, it is an arrangement, so we just take it. But they take the
Okay, so aside the workers and some of the theft challenges you've met on the farm, which other challenges would you want to advise somebody on to look at?
if you want to do poultry, you need to be, especially need to go through the we need to at least always you have to learn.
Okay.
It's very, very, very important. As now there is everything on the internet. So some of us we were, as I told you, we were in our job first, what we were doing, we didn't know anything. If you have to date, I'm still learning.
Okay.
When I hear a new thing, I will make sure I update myself, ask people who are already into it, because diseases are very easy to spread. So I mean there have been times that my boss will tell you, we I don't know, some of the guys that, and because you see the rate at which some of these boys they come and they go, so you train somebody, the person picks it up, then within a 2.5 hours he doesn't even give you notice, you'll be there, the next day he said my mother is this, that, so I'm leaving, then the person leaves. So you need to bring in somebody. The person comes, you tell him, okay, do this, measure it like this. He does his own thing. Yeah. So by the time you realize maybe there is a disease. Okay. I mean, there is a time that we bought like 2,000 birds, and for some reason, I think something didn't go right. And I'll be there, the boy will call me, today is 7, tomorrow 8. The next day, so it got to a point that I didn't want to hear. So I said, okay, we brought the vet, they did whatever, but they were going. I think at the end of the day, we got about 200 and something that was almost all the best. So you need to be particular about your surroundings, and then the people who are taking care of them, at least they should be able to have the basic skill, how the medication, and make sure they go according to the medication. That is another thing. Then so disease is one, and then here, because of where we find ourselves, it's not that the place is open up. When we started, it was just we on our own. So as for the issues, a lot. I mean, you come and then the night somebody decide to open the tap, all the water is gone, and then you take the tanks away. I mean, so the next day they will call you, they said there is no water. Wow. One day I said somebody has come to take the tank, and they has emptied them. So yeah. So the challenge was, but you see, it depends on the locations. It depends on the location. Where I am, I have dug about 2 different boreholes around. I didn't get water. So if it's not because I have a truck, that goes for the water. Right.
So water is very
important. Where I am, water is very, very, very.
Let's talk about the layers as well. I heard you making a call about eggs.
Yes. So you see, I was even calling somebody. I needed about 200 layers. Yes. So what we do is that I supply to most of the month. Okay. We do what we call repackaging. Okay. So we put them in a plastic crates. 30, 15, 8, and then we have our brand on it. So we supply to them. Palace Mall, we supply to Super Save and other. So every week there is a demand. And then we have those that come for the bulk one. So within this area in the entrance, majority of the people takes eggs from now. But somewhere around the December, most of our birds were old. Okay. So we kind of dispose them. So currently we have about 2,000 something birds around. But it is not enough. I mean, no, we were having around 5,000 something. So majority went. The current ones that are there, we are building them in a different location because we don't want to bring them around. We want them to get to a certain state before we bring them to the farm. So they are currently doing, but in between the time, I need to make sure I satisfy my customers. So that's why we have to also get some other farmers to feed us until we are at that level.
Okay, so with the 2,000, how many eggs are you able to get in a day?
So currently, we are doing, I think, I still have about 10 birds that I think they are old. I have to get them back because of the demands. I'm maintaining them because they can balance their feed level. So I want to hold them for a bit. So basically, we are doing around, I think, 65 there about.
Crates a day. And is it expensive to do the layers?
Yeah,
in terms of their feed, their medication, and all that.
So, as I said, you need to keep a bird from day one up to about 18 weeks.
18 weeks, okay.
You get it. And on all this period, there is no income coming out of it unless it starts laying. So within that period, you have to prepare. So basically, when you are doing layers, maybe you can start with some 300, 500. When they start laying, then you introduce a new one.
Okay.
If you want to build it up, in order not to have some financial stress.
Okay.
So that once maybe let's say you want to target like 5,000.
Okay.
That is example. I'm not saying you should start it. And then what we did initially was that we brought in 1,000.
Okay.
When they started laying, then we know that now there is some kind of income that is going to come.
Yeah.
So we brought in another 1,000.
Okay.
So those that are laying, we get that money to take care of that one.
Yes.
So when the second batch to start laying, then now we can bring another. So by the time you realize you have but if you decide to bring them at a go, last year I had to buy somebody's birds at few.
Okay.
Almost 1,500. Person was just begging me because they've gotten to around 8 weeks, 9 weeks, and he can't, and that was, you can remember, things were just going up, and the birds were not eating them. He needed to because he has picked so much.
Okay.
You see, so my advice on the layers is that yes, the layers too, they have their own challenge.
Yes.
If you don't feed them well, the time that they're supposed to lay, if the medication doesn't go well, you have issues. So you basically start it when you gain the experience, then you begin to. And even if you think you have the money and you want to do it very marketable, fine. Then you need to plan. Know that at this stage, this is how much they will consume. This is how much. So I have the money there. Because for them, when you bring them right from day one, you are supposed to feed them. They didn't ask you to bring them. So that is a challenge you have. But other than that, you look at your budget. You start it. Then you want to go this number, but start it this thing. Then once you are at it, it will be feeding into the others.
Okay.
If you don't do it like that, you will have issues.
So you've been doing this for 5 years. When you say it's worth it, if you look back, would you want to still do it?
I wish I started then.
You wish you started earlier.
I mean, I was, as I told you, in the corporate world, I was doing well.
Okay.
Yes, so the level that I got to financially also, like what to in my family, I'm okay. But coming back into what I'm doing now, though I was doing late, I wasn't, but I wish I could have taken that decision to go off earlier than what I did.
Why?
Oh, because I mean, there's nothing like working for yourself.
Okay.
You understand? There's nothing like working for yourself. I mean, I wake up, I know this is mine, so you know the passion and whatever that you attach to it. And you see, I mean, I tell young guys, you are here today. I want you to learn something from what though I'm paying you, but just learn from what my happiness will be that the next time I will see you, you have, even if it's small, you have been able to acquire some place and you are also doing it.
Yes.
So that you become self-independent.
Yes.
You understand? You are managing your business. If you are not working for somebody, you look at the difference between you working for somebody and you working for somebody. That one alone is one. And your financial, it's like I tell people, in the job, if you want to be successful, in the job that you are locked up in terms of what you know you can get within a year.
Yes.
that means you can't be successful. Successful in quote. Somebody will see those as a success. But where I want to get to, I don't see why from January up to December, no matter what, I know if I do my best, this is what I can get. I want something that my income or my earning should not be determined within a business. It should be today. Maybe I can be there. I can get the call from Abdul. Oh, can you give us some, or can you buy? For instance, we are expecting this. Can you give us maybe 3,000 then? Okay. Then we put this away. And no, the next time maybe I can get another supply from different people. Okay. Oh, this, that. But if I'm working for somebody and I'm being paid maybe 10,000, yes, I know for the whole year this is how much I'm making. But with this, I mean, somebody will say that the sky will be so it's, I'm looking at it from that angle. Okay. So basically, that is what makes it more interesting. And then you have the time to yourself. Okay. You know, when you came, I was telling you other things, and you said, "Oh, because I have the time now, I decided let me add that, let me add this, let me add that, let me do this, let me do that." So basically, that is how it is.
Okay. So what is the plan for Capital Brain Farms in the next years to come?
So we are planning of expanding. Okay. Expanding in the more in the different way. My plan is to move the layers to at least by close of this year to 10,000. Okay. I should have 10,000 layers because the demand, as you said, how to call some friends to was we think, but there's the financial that is also another. But the plan is to be able to move to 10,000.
But do you deal with investors or you do everything?
Everything that you've seen around that experience is sold. I don't even have any bank support. Okay. It's just recently that some of the people I supply got to know, and they were like, "Really? Oh, I mean, no. People they have this package, so I think they can help you because sometimes you walk to your bankers, and then the terms and the things that they are talking about. When I sit down, I see it like, no, they want to. So let me take my time to. But now they are coming up with something, so we are looking at them. If the support coming is good, we look at the numbers and it's good, we will do it. But if it's not going to help, then maybe. But for now, it is everything is being solely and yes.
So are you open to investors? Like a businessman wants to invest?
You know,
are you open to that?
I am 100% open because the kind of things we want to do. Okay. Currently, you see these broilers that are here. Yeah. Sometimes you get order. Maybe we might need this. You want to get the date. You call, some are not here. They said they will give us this. So the plan is that those that I'm keeping here, I am keeping them so that we will hatch them ourselves. Currently, I hatch some of the layers myself.
Oh yeah.
I have some big structures that you see there. There are some layers there that we have caused them. So every day, the eggs that they give us, we incubate them, and at the end of the period, they hatch. Okay. So maybe next week like this, we are going to get some new ones. The idea is that sometimes the supplies are not that reliable. So the plan is that that's how we want to expand. Okay. We are currently hatching ourselves in a small way. We have done that for the cockles. We are doing for the layers. Now we are doing this one currently for the broilers. So very soon we'll be hatching our own broilers for the farm. The guinea fowls too. All the guinea fowls you are seeing around here, we hatch them ourselves. There are over 1,002 that I told you they are. Yes. We hatch them ourselves every day. Those that days we don't sell them. We just put them in the incubator. So the plan is for us to expand because the market is there. I mean, I'm happy you saw me doing it. If I have to call somebody to bring me 200 to add to what I'm producing just for a week, imagine if I have the means to do those things. So we are open up. We are open for support.
Okay. All right. So this is where our conversation will end. I'll be coming back to see Mr. Eric again to speak to him in details on the layers, on the broilers, the guinea fowl, the turkey, the quails, in details. So make sure you subscribe, like, and then hit the bell button. I'll be leaving his number in case you want to speak to him personally. You want to buy some eggs, you want to buy layers, you want to invest, you can speak to him personally. Thank you for watching this episode and have a blessed week.